sentences, phrases and clauses. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define a sentence, define a phrase, define a clause, identify a phrase or clause in a given sentence.
Yay! Look at that pretty butterfly, huh? Zizi, look what I found! Oh, what a pretty kite! I wonder who it belongs to. Fleck, there is a message on the kite. Go on, read it out. My name is Andy. This blue kite is mine. My mother gifted it to me on my birthday. If you find it, please return it to me. I live in the second house behind a large mango tree on Park Street.
What should we do now, Zizi?
We must return it. It may be the only kite he has.
Yes, I think you're right.
Come on. We better go to Andy's house and return his kite.
Poor Andy has lost his beautiful kite. While Zizi and Fleck are going to return it to him, let's look at the note that Andy had written on the kite. The note says, "The blue kite belongs to Andy." Andy's mother gifted him the kite. Both the above groups of words are called sentences. Let us define a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate. The subject refers to the person, place, animal, or thing we are talking about in the sentence. The predicate tells us more about the subject. The predicate contains the verb. You must remember that a sentence makes complete sense by itself and does not depend on another word or group of words to do so. Let's analyze the following examples of sentences. In the first sentence, the first part, the blue kite, is the subject. It names the thing spoken about. The second part, belongs to Andy, is the predicate, which tells us about the subject. Belongs is the verb, which is a part of the predicate. Similarly, in the second sentence, Andy's mother is the subject and gifted him with the kite is the predicate. The predicate contains the verb gifted. Both these groups of words contain a subject and a predicate, and both make complete sense on their own. So, they are both sentences. In case of some sentences, the predicate may be made up of only the verb. Let's look at another sentence. Fleck ran. In this sentence, Fleck is the subject and ran is the predicate. Ran is a verb. So in this sentence, the predicate is made up of only the verb ran. Since the above group of words contains a subject and a predicate and makes complete sense by itself, it is a sentence.
Hey, look!
We have reached Park Street.
Yes, Fleck. We need to find a big mango tree now. That must be the mango tree. Come on!
Let us now look at the smaller group of words within a sentence. A phrase is a group of words which does not contain a subject and a predicate and does not make complete sense by itself. It depends upon other words to make sense. For example, let's understand the following sentence. Andy lives on Park Street. In this sentence, on Park Street is a phrase. Since it does not contain a subject and a predicate, this phrase has no meaning on its own. It depends upon the rest of the words in the sentence to make sense. Let's look at another sentence. Fleck is standing behind the mango tree. In this sentence, behind the mango tree is the phrase. Since it does not contain a subject and a predicate and does not make complete sense by itself. Let's look at the following sentence. Andy lost the kite which was gifted to him. This sentence is made up of two parts. Andy lost the kite and which was gifted to him. In the first part, Andy is the subject and lost the kite is the predicate. In the second part, which is the subject and was gifted to him is the predicate. Both these groups of words contain a subject and a predicate and are parts of a larger sentence. They make complete sense by themselves. In the above examples, the two separate groups of words or the two independent sentences are called clauses. They can be joined together to form a bigger sentence. We can define a clause as a group of words which contains a subject and a predicate and is a part of a larger sentence. Let's look at a few more examples. In this sentence, the word flower is the adjective. Since it tells us what type of garden Zizi takes care of, it qualifies the noun garden. In the second sentence of flowers is the phrase since it does not contain a subject and a predicate. It does not make sense on its own. This phrase acts like an adjective that qualifies the noun garden. The last sentence contains a clause which is full of flowers that qualifies the noun garden. This clause contains a subject which and a predicate is full of flowers. It does the work of an adjective in the sentence. Let's look at a different example. Zizi has a beautiful garden where she grows fresh flowers. This sentence is made up of two clauses. Zizi has a beautiful garden where she grows fresh flowers. Each clause has a subject, Zizi and she, and a predicate, has a beautiful garden and grows fresh flowers. The word where is a conjunction which joins the two clauses. Moreover, the second clause tells us more about the verb has. It does the work of an adverb in the sentence.
Bye, Andy! Andy and his family was so nice. I loved those cookies his mother made for us.
Yes, I'm glad we made a new friend today. Andy was so happy when we returned his kite. He let us fly too. Now, let's go through all the points we have learned in the lesson, sentences, phrases and clauses. A sentence is a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate. A sentence makes complete sense by itself and does not depend on another word or group of words to do so. The subject refers to the person, place, animal, or thing we are talking about in the sentence. The predicate tells us more about the subject. The predicate contains the verb. In the case of some sentences, the predicate may be made up of only the verb. A phrase is a group of words which does not contain a subject and a predicate. It does not make complete sense by itself and depends upon other words to make sense. A clause is a group of words which contains a subject and predicate and is a part of a larger sentence. Some sentences contain two or more clauses, each of which contains a subject and a predicate.